Well, I said it would need an ugly win from the Bulldogs to win this game. I was right. The problem was, it was almost too ugly, all right? And I'm not going to bag Dylan Lynch for missing free field goals because that place is cursed, all right? That rock is haunted. And I don't care what Paul Leffler or anybody else says. The sooner the Bulldogs never play on that island again for conference games or any at all outside of bowl games, is far too soon as far as I'm concerned, all right? Goodbye and good riddance is the attitude most of us have about playing on that rock, all right? No matter what media personnel say, most Fresno State fans say, we don't want anything to do with that island ever again, all right? Because everything's against you, including the refs, all right? The refs, last year, this same crew, in fact, they had a guy who's literally from Hawaii who, after his two calls, stole a game from Fresno State last year, was supposedly never supposed to officiate a Fresno State game again. Well, he was there, and he tried to steal another game from us again, right? I can't remember his name on top of my list, but if any of you watching do know he is, please leave it in the comments section, all right? And you, if you're a Bulldog fan, you know who I'm talking about, all right? And I've seen people say online, oh, why can't we go to Gloria Tavares about him? Well, guess what? Gloria's going to say nothing. She's going to be on his side because Fresno State is one of the schools that leads her conference at the mercy of Air Force and UNLV. So we're going to get no sympathy from her. All right? So I never want to go to that place again. That being said, the Bulldogs did win 23-21, and their defense should get all the flowers. All right? The defense is why we won this football game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, yeah, the punter, he did some things, help pin the Warriors back. But by and large, this was a defensive effort. We could have had 2 pick sixes, but Hamilton somehow stepped out bounds on his back. Thunderbird did not do that. And those were the difference. Because that offense today for Fresno State didn't do anything at all. All right? It was obvious Hawaii knew what our main running game was our offense. They weren't worried at all about E.J. Warner passing them. And you could see why. They spotted our offense up. They dominated line of scrimmage so often. And other teams are going to copy that in the league. And we have to find a way to at least make our passing game efficient. Hawaii is a peer school. All right? They were 3-1 coming in here. Same kind of record as Fresno State. Although they played 3 out of their first 4 games at home. Don't tell me that Nevada at the very least is not as talented as them. Never mind the likes of Boise State or San Diego State. We don't play UNLV this year. We have to establish some type of credible passing threat. Because our offense does move through the running game, but when the running game going, it's not working, all right? Although I would count Warner's legs and runs as part of the passing game, I suppose. And I've seen people say, like, oh, what about the short passes? Those count as runs, more or less. All right, like the biggest pass play was Beecham running down the sidelines. Cameron Beecham. Couldn't do nothing outside of that. I know people are going to say, oh, match efficiently and so forth. Warner wasn't that good tonight. I'll go over his numbers later, but he should have had interception. He got lucky. All right? And they're not going to change horses at this point. You're stuck with Warner. They're what are they now? 4-1 or 3-1. So yeah, 4-1 going into this bye week. Not going to change horses, but I would like to see some packages for Cochran. Something that at least have to make the opposing defense have to pay attention to and study. I'd like to see something, because right now, Fresno State is a very simplistic offense to prep against. And that works well in the Midwest. Matt Entz is from the Midwest. He's from North Carolina State, that machine where you didn't need much else to win. Just great defense, great running game, and trying to stop us. And, well, teams at the FCS level usually can't stop North Dakota State. Kind of different when you have Fresno State. So with this bye week, I'm hoping after this game, they'd work on, well, first off, getting healthy again. We're banged up. Offensive line, we lost Walden again. Hopefully he'll be back. Should be back based on what his initial prognosis looks like. But outside of that, I want to see against Nevada, besides a win, an incredible passing game. Because we got away with it tonight. We're not going to get away with it the rest of the way, right? I mean, yeah, we should be able to handle Nevada, but we got to go to Colorado State. We got to go to Boise State. We held San Diego State, which blew out Cal 34-0. We got lots of teams that can beat us up coming on the schedule if we cannot pass the ball effectively. I'll go over the numbers more. I'll go into more detail when I give the recap for this game, but you're happy to get the win. You're happy to never go to that cursed place again as a conference member, but we got a lot of work on, people. A lot of work on. All right? Happy to get the win. I'm not Debbie Downer, but I just want to be realistic about where we are. We did win this game. I didn't think we would. We're 4-1. with a win I didn't think we'd get. And we should at least make a bowl game, which is what Ant's had to do. But we're happy to have this bye week now. See what happens next, not next Saturday, but Saturday after they get to Nevada. Talk about that later. For now, go Dogs.